WGCC.
Batavia's best music.
Now, commercial free all day on 90.7 FM in even more places with the TuneIn Radio app.
Listen on TuneIn Radio.
90.7 FM. The music.
Motorsports 360. Motorsports 360 is back in your life. Wherever you may be, however you may be listening to us. Live from Genesee Community College in Batavia, New York, the home of the Division III champions, the Genesee Community College Cougars. You're live on TuneIn, 90.7 FM, and on YouTube. What's up, everyone? Marty here. Hope you all are having a great start to your championship, or well, your postseason week, I should say. We'll be talking Homestead, Cup, Xfinity, Trucks. Formula One season finale is this weekend. We also have the beginning of Snowcross this weekend. We may be talking about that as well. But you know who we got on the show as well, like usual, Michael Kelly.
I'm here as usual, as Marty said.
Hang on a second. Now you can say hi.
Oh, okay. Happy Thanksgiving, guys.
Yes, so this is the day before Thanksgiving, and it is a good one for you this past weekend. All right, so let's get started with the Cup Series race here at home. So we're going to get right into it. By the way, if you guys want to be a part of the show, you can go to my YouTube channel. You know the name. Right? Hi, Cody's here. Holy cow, it's been a while.
Huh, of course it has been.
Holy cow, it's been a while, Cody.
Yeah, it certainly has been. Reason why I haven't been on is because as of late, like on Wednesdays around this time, I'm stuck in a lab. But this
not
weekend,
today?
Nope, because I'm on break.
Ah, sweet.
Yeah.
All right, but anyway, if you would like to be a part of the show, you can go to my YouTube channel, Mario Sakala, go to the featured video, or which is most likely the Motorsports 360 stream, and go to the live chat. We got some people already in here. We've got Lee, Not So Green, Say Lee Machine. What is up, buddy? And you can also be a part of the show on Facebook and Twitter. My Twitter name is bsports02, and Facebook name is Marty Sakala. If you want to be a part of the show. Let me think here. What else? Michael's Twitter. I'm Kelly4848. I don't know if Cody's got a YouTube or not. He's on Facebook, though, as well.
Actually, my Twitter is Michelangelo48.
Oh, Michelangelo48. That's right.
Okay. You gave out something else.
Yes, it's something else I gave out. That's right. Alrighty. So let's get started by talking about the Cup race. Championship Sunday here. Kyle Busch, Martin Truex Jr., Brad Keselowski, and Kevin Harvick were battling for the championship. Let's get started with the race recaps. Lap number 6, easy. Joey Gates with a going into the wall in turn 1. Stage 1 concluded probably I would say half hour to an hour later. I forgot it was. Your top 10 from stage 1 were Kyle Larson, followed by Brad Keselowski, Kyle Busch, Kevin Harvick, Martin Truex Jr., Chase Elliott, Kurt Busch, Denny Hamlin, Joey Logano, and Clint Bowyer. Lap 143, Casey Kane and the retired from full-time competition now, Danica Patrick, would wreck in turn 2. And then stage 2 will conclude with your top 10 being Larson, Truex, Harvick, Kyle Busch, Keselowski, Kurt Busch, Matt Kenseth, Logano, Elliott, and Hamlin. And then on lap 229, Kurt Busch got into the wall in turn 4. Saw something interesting around, I want to say it was lap 210-ish. We saw everyone come in except for Kyle Busch. Busch was going to, because the drivers had 2 more stops. Kyle Busch's crew chief, Adam Stevens, wanted to make it 1 more stop. So they tried to gamble. They wanted to make sure there were no cautions going on for the rest of the race. However, though, we did have cautions, that Kurt Busch caution come out. At the end of the day, the winner and champion of the first ever Monster Cup, a 68-pound trophy, Martin Truex Jr. with his first title, led 4 times for, what a coincidence, 78 laps. Round of applause to you, MTJ. Your top 10, Kyle Busch, 2nd, Kyle Larson, 3rd, Kevin Harvick, 4th, Chase Elliott, 5th, Joey Logano, 6th, Brad Keselowski, 7th, Matt Kenseth, 8th, Denny Hamlin, 9th, and Ryan Newman would finish 10th. Alrighty, then we move on to the Xfinity series here. Stage 1, your top 10, Cole Custer, followed by Tyler Reddick, Spencer Gallagher, Ty Dillon, Ryan Preece, Ty Majeski, Daniel Hemrick, Elliott Sadler, J.J. Yaley, and Joe Nemechek. By the way, the 4 drivers battling for the championship: Elliott Sadler, Justin Allgaier, William Byron, and Daniel Hemrick. Stage 2, your top 10 for that one was Custer, followed by 22. That is, I believe if I'm correct, that's Sam Hornish Jr. I thought it was Austin Cindric headed of the weekend. Wasn't it supposed to be?
Austin Cindric was originally supposed to be in the 12, but they pulled the 12 out in the middle of the week.
Okay. 3rd was Reddick. 4th was Preece. 5th, William Byron. 6th was Sadler. 7th, Brennan Poole. 8th, Majeski. 9th, Allgaier. And 10th was, I believe if I'm correct, that was Corey LaJoy. And it was. What an intense battle in the final lap. Well, not just, we've got to talk about the Cup Series battle between Truex and Busch battling on the final laps. Kyle Larson, by the way, was catching up to them, and he let the field go by. But then the battle between William Byron and Elliott Sadler got intense within the last few laps. Ryan Preece actually became a part of the battle as well. Cole Custer got the race win, his first career win in Xfinity Series competition, and his first NASCAR win since 2015. A round of applause for Double C. Sam Hornish 2nd, William Byron 3rd, which would give him the Xfinity Series championship in his rookie season. Tyler Reddick 4th, Ryan Preece 5th, Brendan Poole 6th, Matt Tifft 7th, Elliott Sadler would go on to finish 8th, Michael 9th, and a round of applause to the guy that finished in the 10th position, the 60th, Ty Majeski, his first top 10, I believe, in the Xfinity Series. That's all you get. Alrighty, then we go on to the. Oh yeah, by the way, I do want to mention as well. Post race, Elliott Sadler was not happy at Ryan Preece and a little bit of excuse me, I forgot what I was gonna say. A little bit of a confrontation, I'll say. I will talk about a little bit on in discussion time. Now we'll move on to the Truck Series race at Homestead as well. No cautions, by the way, except for the stage conclusions. How about that? That's something you don't see every day. So your top 10 for stage 1 was Christopher. Oh, yeah, your drivers involved in the championship were Christopher Bell, Austin Cindric, Johnny Sauter, and Matt Crafton. Stage 1 top 10 was Christopher Bell, followed by Chase Briscoe, Grant Enfinger, Ben Rhodes, Ryan Truex, Austin Cindric, Matt Crafton, Johnny Sauter, Justin Haley, and Timothy Peters in the 02. Stage 2, your top 10 was Ben Rhodes, followed by Christopher Bell, Chase Briscoe, Ryan Truex, Johnny Sauter, Austin Cindric, Timothy Peters, Matt Crafton, Noah Gragson, and Justin Haley. And at the end of the day, also getting his first career Truck Series victory, the 29er Chase Briscoe. Round of applause. Christopher Bell would finish 2nd, which would be good enough to win the championship. Johnny Sauter would finish 3rd. Oh, wow, Matt. Wow, Mike. Wow, Mike. Johnny Sauter would finish 3rd. Ryan Truex 4th. Austin Cindric 5th. Matt Crafton 6th. My boy Stuart Friesen from Niagara-on-the-Lake, Ontario finishes in the 7th spot. Grant Enfinger 8th. Justin Haley 9th. And Timothy Peters 8th. 10th. All right, let's see what you guys are saying in chat real quick about the race. Let's see here. What are you guys saying? Nothing. Oh my gosh. Let me take a look at Twitter and see what's going on there. Let's see here. I'm charging on my phone as well, so I have to walk all the way over here. A few people can still hear me, but barely. All right. Oh yeah. By the way, real quick, I do want to give a shout out to one of our. He was a guest on the show during the summer, and for I want to say like he was a frequent guest during the summer. That when we began college, he was a guest for I want to say 1 or 2 episodes. Kelvin, happy birthday, buddy!
Happy birthday!
You guys all remember Kelvin?
Yep, we do.
Yep.
Anyway, I'm not getting anything, so let's get to the headlines. We got a big story that came out today. NASCAR is standardizing at-track pit crew rosters. They announced Wednesday morning it was standardized at-track team rosters across all national series in 2018. They'll be under 3 headings: organizational, road crew, and pit crew. Job descriptions and roster maximums are for each category. For the organizational list, they include competition director, team managers, technical director, IT specialists. In the Cup Series, teams will be allotted 3 roster spots and for 1 and 2 car operations, and 4 spots for 3 and 4 car outfits. Xfinity and Camping World Truck Series teams are going to be allowed 1 roster spot each. In the road crew, this includes crew chief, car chief, mechanics, engine tuners, engineers, specialists, etc., and spotters. Here's the limit for that. Cup Series is 12, Xfinity 7, trucks are 6. And then there's the pit crew, which got a big change. 5 members allowed over the wall on the pit crew. So I know what we got here. We've got the 2 tire changers, front and rear. We got the gas man. By the way, the gas man can only do fueling, can't do anything else. Teams could forego 1 tire carrier and devise a new framework for servicing their vehicles. I don't know what they're doing with the jack man. Any of you guys know or no?
Don't know yet. I think that's been.
I may have saw some things about this whole pit crew regulation stuff, but I don't remember a lot of it.
All right. So we do have some exceptions. The Cup Series teams are allowed 1 extra road crew position, which is going to be at Indianapolis, and the 3 road courses, which are Sonoma, Watkins Glen, and the Charlotte Roval in the playoffs, where teams often use multiple spotters. And also we have an additional road crew roster spot will be allowed for Xfinity teams at 10 races and truck teams at 5. Some more silly season news came out today, not something that you would expect in this team. Ray Black Jr. will be competing full-time in 2018, driving with Rick Ware Racing. The plan is to run the entire 36-race schedule and challenge for Rookie of the Year in the number 51. He made his Cup Series debut in September at Chicagoland, finishing, no surprise, 40th. But ladies and gentlemen, though, it looks like we're going to have our new Danica Patrick. No offense to any of the Danica fans.
Yeah.
All right. So this is kind of a weird story about to talk about right now. But a Florida woman was arrested. Why? For stalking former NASCAR driver Tony Stewart after being angry about him not signing a piece of memorabilia. This is according to TV station WRTV. Kathy Russell, 68, faces charges of stalking, violating a protective order, terroristic mischief, and intimidation by threatening to commit a, according to online Indiana court records. She was arrested Tuesday in Cape Coral, Florida, and remains in custody in Lee County, Florida jail, according to jail online records. A spokesman for Stewart, by the way, declined to comment.
I also want
Josh,
for this,
go ahead.
For the sake of your peace of mind or sanity or whatever you want to say, don't look at her mugshot. It is terrifying.
Oh, gosh.
Ooh, I never saw it yet, so
gosh.
that's probably a good thing.
Do any of you... I'm the only one watching, so... We got one viewer online, so... Which is me. Anyway, continuing on with these... With the headlines, Roush Refinery Racing will be fielding a driver development team for 2018 in the Xfinity Series. I'm trying to lower my phone. I'm trying to text at the same time and read. All right, so Ty Majeski, Austin Cindric, and Chase Briscoe will be splitting the number 60 next season. So this project is intended to continue with the progression and development of the 3 drivers. Will be run by Roush Fenway, and they will have collaborations coming from Team Penske and Ford Performance. Roush Fenway veteran Michael Kelly, not our Michael, we wish though,
Yeah.
helped guide Ricky Stenhouse Jr. to a pair of Xfinity Series championships, will serve as the crew chief for the number 60. All right, so Chip Ganassi, the team owner for Chip Ganassi Racing, obviously, spoke personally with Danica Patrick and her representatives on Thursday and Friday about the possibility of fielding cars for her in either the Daytona 500, Indianapolis 500, or both. but said he doesn't yet have enough information to determine if participating in her farewell jaunt is feasible. Ganassi quoted, "I think it's a good idea for her to do that. I think it's a fabulous idea, a fabulous marketing idea. It's a fabulous opportunity, and obviously the business side of the deal has to work. I'm a long way from saying yes, I can do that." Long way from saying that, ladies and gents. That's not official. But yeah, Ganassi fields cars in both the IndyCar Series and the Cup Series. Richard Childress Racing will be cutting back down to 3 Xfinity Series teams in 2018. It will be the number 2, the number 3, and the number 21. So for those of you guys that are wondering at home, where's the 62 car going? Well, unfortunately, the greatest photo bomber in NASCAR. You guys may get what I mean to my viewers that have been around with me for a while. Let's see here. Brendan Gaughan is calling it quits in the full-time Xfinity Series competition. To pay respects. By the way, Daniel Hemrick will be continuing to pilot the number 21. Matt Tifft will be driving the number 2, which is full-time. Used to be run by Austin Dillon, Paul Menard, and Ben Kennedy. The number 3 car will be run in 2018 by a variety of drivers, which I don't know who will include. Some will be Brendan Gaughan, Austin Dillon, Ty Dillon, who knows. The number 33 teams and 62 teams are eliminated. The 33, by the way, was driven by Brandon Jones earlier in the season. Brandon Jones, by the way, headed to Joe Gibbs Racing. Big news announced there, as he will be going to the 19.
Wow.
Yeah, I know. What?
I only thought that Richard Childress Racing would have 4 cars in the Xfinity next season. Well, that was right for Ben Kennedy. Because I was counting on Ben Kennedy getting the 33 next season. Now that's gone. So, rep Ben Kennedy.
That would have been nice.
Yeah.
Over the weekend, it was announced that Goodyear announced a renewed sponsorship agreement that ensures Goodyear is the exclusive tire of NASCAR's top 3 national series. It started in 1954, and it's been the exclusive tire supplier since 1997. 2 more stories here real quick. Joe Gibbs Racing announces Chris Gale as the crew chief for Eric Jones and the number 20 team for the Cup Series. Chris Gale, by the way, worked with Eric Jones this past season as the crew chief of the number 77. And one more story, some big silly season news in the Xfinity Series. JGR Racing will be making a switch to Ford, and Kaz Grala will be joining the team for the full 2018 season. This was also announced on Friday as well. This was just after we went off the air. JGL Racing currently fields the 24 and the 28. Kaz Grala will be driving the number 24, if I'm correct. Is it the 24 or is it the 28 he's driving? Anyone?
Sorry, what was that question again?
Is Grella driving the 24 or the 28 next season?
I have no idea.
Let's see. I don't know. Like, is Dakota Armstrong staying at JGR next season or he's leaving?
No. He got released a few weeks back.
Wow. And then he got immediately fired, no matter how I saw him lately. Okay, so I do believe Kaz Grala is going to drive the 28 then. Like, I was pretty sure they're going to have 2 full-time cars. Since they already let go of Dakota Armstrong, I'm pretty sure they're going to have the 28 full-time. Just keep the 24 part-time. So, I do believe that Grala is going to be in the 28.
Alrighty. Well then, that does it for the headlines. There are a few college announcements real quick, but we will be right back. We will get to discussion times here. But yeah, this is Motorsports 360. We'll be right back.
CC Cougar Athletics. Baseball. Men and women's basketball. Golf. Men and women's lacrosse. Men and women's soccer. Softball. Men and women's swimming and diving. And women's volleyball. For more information, log online to GeneseeAthletics.com and follow us on Twitter at GCC Sports. Let's go Cougar! Join us the first Monday of every month from 6 to 9 p.m. in the State Union for Karaoke Night, hosted by your campus activities board at 90.7 FM. Join us for Karaoke Night, the First Monday of every month from 6 to 9 in the Student Union. Sponsored by your campus activity report on 90.7 FM WGCC. You put it in the car. You put it in your house. You put it in your favorite place on campus. Now the 90.7 Music FM and even more places with the TV radio app. Available for Apple and Android. Details at WGCCFM.com.
Welcome back to Motorsports 360. It's time for a little bit of discussion time once again. If you want to play along, let me know in the YouTube chat and on Twitter and on Facebook. But no, none of you people have done that yet. Okay, so let's get to the first question. Let's scout Sunday's championship race. Was it the best championship race we've ever had? Michael, you're first.
I'm a little bit biased here because we all know what happened last year. But no, I think that was probably best case scenario. It's what everyone wanted. No stupid cautions, no fake drama or created drama, nothing like that. It played out naturally the way it should have been. It was an old school, clean battle for the championship. That's the best the Final Four race could have been. That's the best it could have been. So I'm really happy with how it turned out.
All right, Cody.
So we talked about this weekend.
Yes, this past weekend. Was it the
Well,
best
let's
ever?
see. Best ever. It depends on what series you're talking about. Because the Xfinity series, it was like one of the best battles I've seen all year. But in terms of the truck series, I'd say it'd be okay. It was like about the same amount of entertainment. And the Cup series, I actually found it a little more boring than usual. Because it wasn't that huge of a championship battle, to be honest. Like, Kyle Busch wasn't there trying to move Truex over or whatever. So, I didn't really see anything too exciting with the Cup Series at all.
It was clean, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was clean. True.
Every
clean
championship
enough.
battle was clean. Every single one was clean. It was really, really hard racing. It was old school, man.
Yeah.
We got old school racing back this weekend.
Mm-hmm. I believe, in my opinion, Sunday's championship race was the second best ever. If we're talking about dating back to 2014 with this playoff format, I believe the best ever was last year when Jimmy got his 7th title, because immediately after Carl Edwards wrecked, that playoff race just changed hands, and that did not happen throughout the past 2 years. So I think this as number 2. Number 3, by the way, is 2014, because that was a close battle at the end between Newman and Harvick. And then number 4 is 2015, obviously, because that shows how messed up NASCAR's wavering system is.
Yeah. The last 3 years, though, if you think about it, there was a late caution in all 3 of those races, which kind of set everything up to be at the very end.
We didn't really see that.
Yeah, the fact with this weekend, with only 30 to go, we restarted, and we had a clean, hard battle all the way to the end. We don't get that very much anymore.
Yeah, that felt so weird.
Especially on 1.5-mile tracks. We had a 3-car battle for the win, not just a 2-car.
Yeah, I mean, it was technically a 2-car battle because Larson, he decided to let up and let the guys go. Let MTJ and KB battle for the win.
Yeah. And the Xfinity race may not have been a battle for the lead or a battle for the win, but that battle for the championship back in 5th, 6th place, that I was on the edge of my seat. I don't know about you guys.
Yeah, I was watching that because, as you all know, I'm a big William Byron fan. Wearing my Byron shirt, and I was pumped up. Very, very pumped up. All right, I'm trying to find something from Kyle Busch. Let me see if I can find it. Busch. Okay, I can't find it. All right. So we heard. I saw this was an interesting story, but Kyle Busch said in his post-race press conference, as he was standing up, "If I don't retire first," He was also mad at the fact that Joey Logano did not let him go by. So my question is, would you blame Joey Logano for costing Kyle Busch a championship? Cody first.
Something for the championship. Are you talking about the Xfinity
Cup.
Cup? Okay, say if there was a late race caution in the Cup Series, then I pretty much had a very descriptive prediction on how it could have turned out. So we have a late caution about 10 laps to go, sort of. Then we go to pits, and then we do a restart, and then we go with Kyle. Kyle Busch ends up wrecking himself out with a huge wreck that happens at Homestead. Because last year we had the whole thing happen, and bam, Kyle Busch would be out the same way how Carl Edwards got out. And then what would happen would be another pit stop for strategy with tires, and then MTJ gets caught for speeding or with a pit row penalty. The reason why I'm saying Truex is because it might happen to any other contender. Because also for the championship, we've seen this before. A driver has a pit road problem late in the race. Either it's a pit road penalty or a tire problem, whatever that issue could be. So I'm just saying Truex might end up being the one with the penalty.
All right.
And then it would be like a final restart, but then Harvick would end up being faster than Brad anyway. So yeah, that's how I thought it would possibly turn out, at least for the Cup Series.
All right. In my opinion, I would not blame Logano for costing Kyle Busch a championship because Joey Logano, he's still battling for positions. He still wants to get as many points as he can. I approve of it. I mean, I get that Kyle Busch is a championship contender, but Kyle Busch, sometimes if you're in the championship four, sometimes you're not racing for the win. Look at the Xfinity Series and the Truck Series. That's what I think. Michael?
Yeah, no, I don't blame Joey Logano at all. Like you said, Marty, he was still battling for position, battling for a good points finish. Joey Logano has not had a good season. I don't remember if he was inside the top 5 or not, but if he was, he wants that top 5 finish. He wants to end this season on a high note, try and build some sort of momentum going into next year. And Kyle Busch still got around Joey Logano with 20 laps to go, maybe a little less than that. I'm not really sure. Can't really remember. So, and he caught Martin Truex Jr. So I don't know why he's so upset because he had 10 laps to pass Martin Truex Jr. and he couldn't. So he's just using Joey Logano as a scapegoat, in my opinion.
Yeah. Well, they're rivals as well, so. All right, let's talk about the let's see, what was it? Oh, yeah, let's talk about Kyle Larson because he was up in that battle for the win, but I have a feeling something happened. Did Larson not race 100% to win just so the two drivers could battle for the championship? My answer is yes, we did, because we saw this last year as well at Homestead on the final restart. Him and Johnson were side by side. Larson had the high line. He was in control of the lead. He could have just gone right away from Jimmy Johnson, but Larson decided to let Jimmy go because it was his moment and to shine. It's like similar to 2015. Even though Larson won the Xfinity race at Homestead, he did not do donuts. He went straight to victory lane because he wanted Chris Buescher, the eventual champion, to have his moment. So I think Larson did the same thing. He wasn't in a position for a championship. Let those two drivers battle it out for 2 trophies. Michael.
The competitor and Kyle Larson was telling him, ride the outside lane, get around these two, get the run that I need to win this race. But I'm sure his mind and his heart was telling him to lay back once the lap kept starting to clip down, be less, 5 to go, 4 to go, 3 to go. And it was evident of that when he ran into the back of Kyle Busch.
Oh my gosh, I love that. I thought he was going to dump him.
He almost put him in the wall. It was a great save by Kyle. I just want to say.
Wow. I was very impressed.
But I think he was saying in his post-race interview he was only going to go for the win if he knew he had enough time and if he had the right runs. He had the right run, but he just didn't have enough time. And I don't think he wanted to put himself in between Truex and Kyle Busch. Plus, I'm sure he knows how much Kyle Busch has kind of, I don't know how to say it. He's been kind of a crybaby this year. So I'm sure he didn't want to get the blame put on him for making Kyle lose the championship, just like Joey Logano got the blame put on him. But
Yeah.
it was the right move. Let those two battle it out. Props to Kyle Larson.
Alrighty. So we got let's go to the Xfinity series. Oh,
You
sorry, we got
forgot me.
Cody.
Jeez, you usually forget Michael all season long, and then this happens. Jeez. But
Oops.
yeah, it's like I don't know what Larson's deal is letting people go to win. I mean, it's like Larson. I don't know how he raced Truex race, but he may have had enough distance for him to practically run away and just win the race. It's like, and the Xfinity Series, Cole Custer wouldn't give up his lead, so Sam Hornish or William Byron could win the race. And Chase Briscoe didn't give up his lead, so Christopher Bell could have all the moment. So, I feel like Kyle Larson should have just went for the win if it wasn't regarding that he would stay ahead of Truex. If he would have been in the middle of both him and Kyle Busch, then it's like you could still try to fight for the win, but then you got to be careful with the other ones because you don't want to accidentally wreck a championship contender and then have the whole blame be on you for the start of next season. So it's like Larson made the right move in the particular situation he was in. It was just the start of the situation to where he probably should not have let Truex go and just tried to win the race because it wouldn't have made much of a difference. Either he finished first or third.
Well, we saw proof that it was the right move, too. Because a 2 to go, Kyle Busch started dive bomb in the corners, and then out of turn 4 for the final time, he got pretty close to Truex. I don't know if anybody noticed that.
I thought he was gonna like slam him up into the wall, and Kyle Busch would have taken it away.
He found something on that bottom lane, but it was too late. He was very, very close to getting in the back of Truex.
Well, here's the thing: MTJ was dealing with lap traffic.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Yeah,
but it was the right move by Larson. It really was.
All right, now we'll go to the Xfinity Series. Okay, so William Byron winning the title in his rookie year, almost won the title in the Truck Series last year in his rookie year. Is this guy ready for the Cup Series yet or no? Michael?
Can you repeat the question? I just had to get something out of the oven.
Oh, is William Byron ready for the Cup Series?
He's as ready as he'll ever be. Well, we saw that Chase Elliott was able to win the championship in his rookie season in the Xfinity Series. He did take one more year in the Xfinity Series before he moved up to Cup, but William Byron had the same amount of success that Chase did. Their rookie seasons are very, very similar, and I believe he's proven that he's ready to take that next step. I mean, they've talked about it, the announcers have talked about it all season long, how he's gone from, lower division series, been successful, dominated in there. Then he moved up to top 3, moved up to the trucks. He was dominant through there, should have won the championship. Then he moved up to the Xfinity Series after 1 year, was dominant there, won the championship. I mean, he's been good in everything that he's jumped into. Now, the Cup Series is a little bit different. It's way more competitive. It's going to take some time. But I think he's ready.
You think he's ready? All right, Cody?
Well, you got to take a look at it this way. The Chevys are going to turn to Camaros next year in the Cup.
And I think they'll have an aerodynamic advantage with that as well, by the way.
That's true. And he's driving a Camaro right now. So I didn't think about that.
Yeah, so like if they prove to be at the advantage at the way they are, which I don't think they're going to, at least for the 2018 season. Because take a look at this way. Look at the Toyotas when they switched to the new Camry from 2014 to 2015. They barely had any momentum in 2015 whatsoever. and it only took them until Kyle Busch returned, which was more towards the second half of the season, sort of, to like get them back on track within the next month afterward. So it was pretty much the vast majority of that season that took them forever to work on the Toyotas and actually be successful. Because the only successful one, seriously, was Kyle Busch. And I think the other ones got in by points, if I am correct. And this was still in the current playoffs, right? So I'm thinking the Chevy Camaros, they may have a lot of luck in the future, but the whatever you want to call it, this year, I don't think they're going to be that successful. I mean, they're probably going to get some wins here and there during the regular season, but it isn't going to be a lot. Like, I can only see now 4 drivers from Chevy making the playoffs since Matt Kenseth is leaving. Because before Matt Kenseth was leaving, I was going to say it was going to be Jimmy Johnson, Kyle Larson getting in by wins, both of them, and then Chase Elliott getting in by points. Now that Matt Kenseth is out of the picture, I also see Alex Bowman getting in by points. So that's pretty much a bit of a description going to what is with William Byron next season. I do not think William Byron is going to be as successful. I do believe that they do have him. Oh boy. But I do believe that William Byron might not have a much of a successful season as Elliott. So, like, he'll probably get some good runs, but since he's in the 5 crew, I do not think he's going to have that much success. Like, the number 9 is going to be with the previous 24 crew, and what William Byron's going to be with is practically going to be with the 5, despite the Alf Gustafson's going to be there. So I do not count on William Byron doing very well. Like, he'll probably finish in, like, 17th in the points. That's my guess. I feel like that's where he's going to finish next season. So is he ready for Cup? I do feel like he's going to be ready for Cup, but he's just not going to be successful next year.
Okay, I believe William Byron is definitely ready for Cup. I mean, look at this. A few years ago, he was on a computer learning how to race and asking Landon Castle, I believe it was,
All right,
for help. And look at him. He's about to join the Cup Series in 2018. Here's what I believe is going to happen. I'm going to predict this. I'm going to make a bold statement. You're going to see a majority of the races won by young guns. You'll still have like drivers like MTJ, Kyle Busch, Jimmy Johnson, etc. win some races, but I think led by Kyle Larson, the young guns are going to take over. Larson's going to win. Blaney's going to win. I think Stenhausen is going to get a win. Austin Dillon, I don't know, but you will see some first-time winners. Like who? Daniel Suarez will get one. Chase Elliott will get a win. At least, by the way. I think William Byron could get a win as well. And here is my stunner for the Coke Zero 400. Bubba Wallace gets the win. Not by rain delay. Completes all 160 laps and wins it. And Bubba did a good job in the 400-mile race last July. So yeah, that's what I think about it. All right, let's go to the next question. Talking about the confrontation between Elliott Sadler and Ryan Preece. What were your guys' thoughts on that? Let's play some audio real quick. By the way, real quick before we get your thoughts, let's listen to what Elliott had to say on Ryan Preece. Oops, hang on. Here we go. We got it.
He was going to race us that hard and let the 9 come back to us and it cost us the championship. I don't know any way to look at it.
All right, let's hear what Ryan Preece had to say about it.
I mean, to be honest with you, if there's a person you don't want to cost championship to, it's Elliott Sadler. But I'm just trying to do team orders here. I was racing for an owner championship. Yeah, we weren't racing for the win right there, but we were still racing the 9. So, I got to thank Joe Gibbs for giving me this opportunity. Safe Light Auto Glass, Toyota, everybody involved there, Phillips. Just, it's not where I want to be right there, but obviously I hate it. But can't take it back.
That contact that happened here, you see it there, where the one car got up into you. I mean, at that point, you were running your line at the top. Is there anything you could have done to move out of the way? Did you know it was him racing for a championship?
As soon as the 9 got by us, my point for racing him was gone. He was going to pull away, so I wanted to let him go. But, obviously, there was this contact. That's the last thing you want. Growing up, I've been a huge Elliott Sadler fan, and I know Scott Brett very well. So you don't want that type of scenario, especially early on. Right now, it is what it is. So I got to thank Joe Gibbs again, and we'll look forward to 2018.
All right, let's get your thoughts on this, Michael. Oh, wait, did we already start with you? Yeah, we already did. Cody.
Yeah. I see Elliott Sadler's frustration going for the championship, but we go beyond that conversation that he had with Ryan Preece. Take a look at what happened 5 laps to go. It's almost like he knew he wasn't going to catch William Byron, and then next thing you know, he pretty much tries to take out Ryan Preece. I'm pretty sure his plan was to cause another caution so he can have enough time at the restart to catch William Byron for the championship. If you took a look at some sort of clip that happened 5 laps ago, you would have seen Elliott Sadler trying to dump Ryan Preece. I mean, I know to some people's perspective that is probably not what they saw, but that's what happened in my perspective. So it's I know Elliott Sadler is frustrated, but he pretty much avoided a very huge penalty. That's all I know. Ryan Preece is also battling for the Owners Championship, and he can't afford to be passed by another one. He already costed it through William Byron. So, I do believe that at this point, Preece probably should have let Sadler go. It's Ryan Preece did the opposite to what Kyle Larson did. Since he just lost the Owners Championship to Sam Hornish, I think it would have been better off if Preece would have just let go of Sadler, and Sadler could have tried to fight Byron for the championship once more.
Okay. My opinion is, I agree with you, Cody, definitely. It looked like from Sadler's onboard, he was trying to spin Preece out and cause a caution. I believe Preece did nothing wrong, because here's the thing. He is following team orders. What are they? To win the Owners Championship. Because he knows if he keeps that position, he's got the Owners Championship. If he does not, it goes to Team Penske, which it did. So I was not happy with what Elliott Sadler had to say. He's a crybaby. I get you've lost the championship so many times in the Xfinity Series. Deal with that. Look at how many times it took Dale Earnhardt to win the Daytona 500. Did he complain? Anyone? Did he complain?
I don't think so.
He did not complain. So Sadler, deal with it. I'm predicting for 2018 right now. That title is yours. But let's see what happens first. All right, let's go to Michael.
Yeah, I've lost respect for Elliott Sadler after that. Ryan Preece had every right to be out there, every right to be racing for position. He said in his post-race interview, he's following team orders. Team orders was to stay in front of those 2 cars because if he lost those 2 positions, he would ultimately lose the Owners' Championship. Yes, I realize it's not as big as the Drivers' Championship, but it's still a pride thing for Penske and Joe Gibbs. They've been competing for this Owners' Championship for the past 5 or 6 years, 7 years, whatever now. It's been them, And also, Ryan Preece is trying to show his skill to other car owners out there. Motorsport in the truck series, maybe they could hire him for a ride, or if he could drive with KBM next year, continue working out through Joe Gibbs' development program. He's trying to show his worth. He's trying to become a full-time successful race car driver, and I don't blame him for what he did. I mean, Sadler, in my opinion, has no right to be upset. Yes, you just lost the championship, but think about the other guy, you know? Think about the other person.
Yeah, I don't even think he even congratulated William Byron. I didn't see it on TV.
He didn't congratulate William Byron. Never showed up in victory lane, never said it in his post-race interview, never said it on Twitter. Nothing.
It's sad. It's sad. All right, the next question is about Cole Custer. How will he do next season? Let's see here. I'll go up. I think Custer next season, he gets a win. That's what I believe. It's too early to predict how he'll do in points. He definitely makes the playoffs. I think he gets another win. And this one will be in the regular season. Michael?
Well, I don't think it is that he's going to win. I think he has to win. He has to show what his worth is to Stewart-Haas Racing. He has to show Tony Stewart that even though he's a young guy, that he won't have to worry about him trying to develop for a year or two in these Cup cars, that he can get the job done, and that, well, he has to get multiple wins. I know he won this year, but I know he has to get multiple wins next year. He has to show his worth to Tony Stewart. Kurt Busch could be done after next season. So that ride could possibly be Cole Custer's. He already has that Haas sponsorship, so he could just jump right in and be ready to go with that. He has to prove his worth next year.
I don't think he'll be ready for Cup next season, in my opinion. He needs another season of Xfinity competition.
Well, that's why he has to use this season, this next season in Xfinity, to show that he can be ready, to prove that.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. You're right.
That's what he needs to do. That is going to be his main goal for 2018, and I do think he'll be able to do that. He has plenty of momentum already after winning by, 20 seconds on Saturday.
Mm-hmm. All right, let's go to, let's see here. Cody. Oh, wait, no. Yeah, Cody.
Okay. Yeah. So, about Cole Custer. I do believe that Cole Custer will be in the, no, not the Cup, in the Xfinity. I feel like he's going to do one more season in the Xfinity series. And the reason why I do think that is because I believe Kurt Busch is going to be back in the number 41. So, because of that, Cole Custer being the Xfinity, I do believe he's going to do very good. Probably get himself, a couple wins. And probably be, a decent challenger for Christopher Bill. So, let's see.
All right.
It's as I am distracted with everything. So Custer's going to do very great. I'm going to say championship 4 at least. So, yeah.
All right.
Okay, I'm going to be done.
Okay, so before we get to our final question, I do want to talk about something heading into this weekend. So, as you guys all know, I'm a big snowcross fan. I'm going to try and get Michael into the snowcross business, even though he's from Florida. But yeah, snowcross season kicks off this Friday in Duluth with the AmSoil Dominator, and then round 1 will be Saturday. I do have an update here for you. Elias Ishwal, who rides the number 200 Skidoo sled for Boss Racing, he's going to miss the first 4 rounds of the snowcross tour because he is still continuing his rehabilitation. That's tough to pronounce, man.
Rehabilitation,
thank you. So Ishwal, he suffered a broken femur in July during training. He's still unfit to ride at 100% under racing conditions. He'll sit out this weekend, along with rounds 3 and 4 in Jackson Hole, Wyoming. Before returning to the team after the holiday break, he's expected to rejoin the series at rounds 5 and 6 in Shakopee, Minnesota. But yeah, it's gonna be fun. Last season, Cody Cam, he's a good pal. I don't know him personally, but I talk to him a lot because I know the guys at Hench's Racing. I think Cody Cam is the champion from last season. I think he could have a good return. It'll be a good battle between himself, Tim Tremblay, and Tucker Hibbert. But anyway, we got one more question here for you guys, not related to racing. What you doing this Thanksgiving, Michael?
Oh,
wow. Heading to grandparents' house to have Thanksgiving dinner with them.
Nice. Cody?
I am going to do two things tomorrow. I'm going to say, yeah, I'm going to go over to my grandparents' place tomorrow for Thanksgiving, but we're only going to have like half the family there. And then Thursday night, I'm going to be doing part 1 of the talk show on Facebook Live. So, yeah, that's what I'm going to be doing specifically tomorrow for Thanksgiving.
Okay. I'm gonna be at home tomorrow. I'm actually going to be bringing some of my friends that go to the college here. I'm going to pick them up, and we're gonna go back to my place. These guys, by the way, can't get home for Thanksgiving. These guys live in like New York City or like back in like Latin America or something like that. I'm gonna take them over to my place for dinner, and then I'm gonna take them Black Thursday shopping. They have a Target and a GameStop.
Well, good on you.
I'm not going to tell you guys the deals. You look them up for yourself.
You already told me the deals, Marty.
I already told you, Michael. Cody, you better look up the deals.
Oh, what? Oh, for Black Friday, right. I'm not sure about Black Friday.
Just don't go to Walmart. Just don't go to Walmart. Whatever you do, just don't go to Walmart.
I'm not going to go Christmas shopping on Friday, to be honest. Friday, I'm going to be doing a NASCAR Heat 2 live stream for the Cup Series.
Nice.
Yeah, doing Xfinity Series tonight. I did Trucks Monday. So, yeah. Should be fun, even though it's probably going to be like a few hours this time because I spent like 1.5 hours in the trucks. So there's a good chance that I'm going to be doing like 2 hours in the Xfinity.
All right, so that's going to do it for Motorsports 360. Here's the plans on my channel. We have a race Friday night at 8 o'clock, the NOFSRL NRLOA battle with Napa fans. Saturday is the final 2 races of the DirecTV Fall Series in my league. That is the Olive Garden 300 and the DirecTV 300. By the way, these are not official sponsors, by the way. I just made these up. Let's see. This is the final show. I believe if I'm correct, this is the final show for tonight. No shows on the radio Thursday or Friday for the holiday. We're going to end you off here with a little bit of the Thanksgiving song, Adam Sandler. For Michael and Cody, I'm Marty. You've been listening to Motorsports 360. We'll see you guys next Wednesday, if I'm correct. If not, it will be either our Tuesday or Thursday show back at my place. But yeah, so long, everyone. Say bye, everyone.
Goodbye.
So long.
1, 2, 3, and a dodge.